Gather, veterans. It's time to join the fight. The long war begins.
This is The Long War. I'm Rob Baer, and joining me once again are my partners in crime, Kenny Boucher and Wyatt Turk. What's up, guys?
Yo, dog, great to be here.
Hey, what's up?
We're back at it again. What do we got? 2 weeks? 2 weeks till Adepticon? I don't even know. Is this a short one? Feels like a short one.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Wait. Yeah, we're not gonna be here in 2 weeks, are we?
No. We're gonna be in Chicago, baby.
Oh wow. It happened so fast. So fast.
Fuck yeah. We're also, this is our first show back since the Austin trip, or the Round Rock month of sorrow.
Oh, that's right. Wyatt wasn't even on the camera last week.
Yeah. He's back.
Y'all were giving me shit about being off the camera for 5 minutes earlier, adjusting my lights. And he wasn't even on the camera for the whole podcast.
Okay. I want you to spend 1 month in a hospital bed. Then when you come out, I will give you exactly one pass on one episode in exchange for that.
You're like, turn your camera on. What are you doing in there?
So it's a 1-for-1 ratio, bro.
Yeah. 1 month, one episode.
Fair. Okay. I guess that makes sense.
That's
grumble.
fair. But yeah, in all reality, how does it feel, Wyatt, to be back in your Beats Lab?
Feels good. I've been painting for the first time in like
You
a
streamed.
year. And I did stream.
Streamed.
Tuesday.
I mean, it's been like a year and a half, I think, since you streamed.
Yeah, dude. Came back. Everything worked, thankfully. I had to like kind of remember the ancient rites of awakening for all of the software. But
Did you have
yeah.
to update?
Dude, it's literally been
No.
a year and a half since I think I saw Jack Close Painting go live on Twitch.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
dude. We're back.
Bro, like, I mean, dog, like literally I lived in California and it was it was like a spring and a half ago. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude. It's been an age.
Bro, it's crazy. You're back.
Yeah, I'll be streaming again tomorrow after your stream. I think I'm just gonna do two this week, and then like work my way into it because I still got to take it easy. And then so like next week I can start like exercising again, and so that'll help me like kind of rebuild the ability to like sit at my desk and do a bunch of other stuff for long periods of time.
Yep. I love how at the hospital everyone was so concerned about your transfer.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, look at this guy's fucking arms. Why are you guys standing around like this? like that nurse, like when we were finally leaving, remember?
Oh yeah.
And we were fast tracking it, right? And that lady's like, okay, we can go now. Like so it's going to be down to us. We're going to have to help him transfer. I was like, what do you mean fucking help him transfer? She's like, what do you? She's like,
hop over.
She's like, what? And I was like, he's just going to throw himself into that chair with those fucking jacked fucking triceps. Like, what do you? She's like, okay, fine. She just walked out. She's like,
Yeah.
I was like, dog. And then
I don't have to do my job. Peace.
Yeah. And
That's it.
Yeah, and then for like the first time, you're like rolling through the hallways of this place you've been in this whole time. Like, I don't even know how I got here. Like, where the fuck are we? Because you're seeing the other side of the room the first time. And then we get out there and I'm like, so who's driving? You're like, me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yep. Fucking jump in the car. We drive back. We DoorDash one last Baja Blast for the road.
The celebratory Taco Bell. And then the next day we started dieting.
Yeah. One last Baja Blast. It was the frozen one, the slushy too.
It was. Yeah.
Wait,
delicious.
so if you don't eat Taco Bell, is that considered a diet? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Well, no, I'm actually dieting. I don't know what Kenny's been doing.
I'm doing keto.
Nobody
No,
does.
you're not. You don't even know what it is.
Look, man, I think I know what it is.
I think I have a good idea.
Dude, Eileen made you like macaroni and cheese stuffed taco shells the night you got home, and you're like, is this keto?
I thought it was keto.
It was, oh my God.
I thought it was keto.
High carbs, probably not.
Wait, carbs aren't.
Yeah, you can't have carbs. It's the whole thing.
What's a carbohydrate? Like paper towels and like
I think he's doing a bit. Pretty sure he's doing a bit.
Okay, I'm not keto. I now see that. What's the opposite of keto? Like you only have carbs.
Obesity.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing the obesity diet.
Yeah, you are.
Nah, I toned it back, like, because we both. I think I put on all this sympathy weight for Wyatt while like a caveman eating Taco Bell 3 times a day for a month. So, I'm gonna blame him. Sympathy.
Oh, okay. It's my fault.
But no, I came back and my parents coincidentally decided they were eating healthy now too.
Oh wow!
So it kind of just worked out. So
that did work out.
Yeah, like just chilling. I haven't been doing any energy drinks.
You can do like one.
No sugar in my coffee. Well, me and Wyatt both want to lose 15 pounds by identical.
Y'all gonna be shook.
Yeah. Well, it's me. No, it's we're gonna be shook when we see you.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're jacked now.
I was accused of being malnourished today, as a matter of fact.
Wait, you got skinny?
I think so.
What happened?
You're always skinny.
No,
I guess more skinnier.
How did that happen? You got huge.
So I did this thing we were just talking about with the carbs, where I ate less carbs.
Oh, you did keto. You did keto and glutens?
No.
So how do you eat anything?
I just try to keep it to like 100 carbs a day.
It's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
And I still have pretty good energy. I don't know. Well, it's wild because like my Monster in the morning and my breakfast bar is basically like 40 carbs. So then I have to like decide like,
yeah,
I have to make some decisions at that point. Like,
yeah.
But I already don't eat bread. So I guess I like kind of.
Yeah, it actually makes sense. Actually, like if you're gluten, then keto should be kind of easy.
Well, it's not necessarily keto either. It's just like trying to be cognizant of like what you're eating.
Keto doesn't matter. Like low carbs, like reducing carbs from your diet make you not as fat.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like straight up,
it's really noticeable. I mean, yeah, I should probably work out and tone up some. Yeah, will I?
No, fuck no,
dude.
You gotta find time.
Like you figured something out.
You gotta walk, dude.
This is my ancient proverb. Okay, this is straight out of like my school of thought, right? The easiest thing in the world to do is stop doing a thing. And the hardest thing in the world to do is start doing a thing. So like you've chosen, in my opinion, the minimum that I think all humans can choose, which is you stop doing a thing. You stop doing all those carbs.
Right.
Right. That's easy. Like, and so I know a lot of people struggle with that, but I always tell people like, challenge yourself to think about it that way. Like you're stopping an action. Where like you're like, I need to go work out. Am I going to? No, because that's starting an action. That's hard. So I don't. So just stop a thing. You'll be shocked. You'll be fucking shocked. Like, and people are like, oh, but what's the point of living? It's like I can start listing like 1,000 things that are not food that I live for. I eat so I simply don't die.
Yeah.
Like
honestly, like if you get off of a lot of the stuff that we normally eat, like you feel so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be surprised, like the terrible shit in some foods once you start looking into it. I don't know.
Yeah, so my dad needs like a sodium-free diet now, and all this stuff, and so like I've been eating some. I ate some tortilla chips today with lunch that were just straight no salt.
Oh,
just some corn chips with no salt, and I was like, "Yo, these are terrible."
I
am immediately thirsty.
You gotta get used to not being overstimulated is the thing.
Yeah.
I noticed that too, especially if I go a long time without eating any like comfort level food, like eat real clean for a number of months, I'll go back and you have that like that Taco Bell or something like that. You're like, this is like a salt explosion in my mouth. It's not tight. It's because we're used to having too much of a certain thing in our food, and so when it's gone, you're like, "This is awful." But if you give it a little bit, you're like, "Oh, actually, this is tasty."
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
not used to.
yeah. No, it's a joke. I know. I get it. I'm just teasing. Like I'm just counting calories. I'm not throttling carbs. I'm using carbs to my advantage because I am working out, and so I'm cheating my glycine, fucking creatine, muscle jackness, and hydration.
Mhm.
So like, but I'm also not being stupid about it, right? Like I had a sandwich today with no bread, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
So like,
Would would you would you eat it with a fork and a knife? What'd you do?
no, I just like ate it over the sink in my mouth. Like my mouth is the bread. Like it's the mouth sandwich.
Did you roll
He just
the
puts it
did
in
you
there
roll the
one
meat?
ingredient at a time.
Oh, I just threw
Did you
all the
make it?
ingredients on a plate and then kind of balled them up and threw them in my mouth.
Yeah, there you go. You use the you kind of just like yeah,
Yeah,
it's a meat popsicle.
a mouth sandwich
Yeah. There you go.
over the sink. The sink is the secondary plate.
Yeah.
And when I say I made it on a plate, I made it on a paper towel. On the, like it was just like on a paper towel.
Hmm.
Checks out.
Yep, already lost like 7 pounds.
From eating meat popsicles.
No, I took this huge shit. Actually, like is a thing. I weighed myself before and after, and I was like, yeah, checks out. You can ask Matt for evidence. I've actually sent him evidence.
Gross.
No, I didn't show him like the poop, dude. That's off the we don't do that here, dude.
Okay.
We don't do that here. We tried that. David ruined it for everyone.
Yeah.
You don't. It's not. We don't. We participate in a lot of gross dude shit here, but we don't send pictures of each other's poop to each other. Ever since David ruined it, don't ask him to participate in anything vaguely competitive. He will ruin it.
Thanks, David.
Yeah, I will never forget that picture to this day. Rob remembers it. It's like you can
Like
never.
it was yesterday.
You cannot unsee this. It's like a decade ago, man. Vivid. Oh.
That's
Some
why,
things
that's why
are
I'm just like, I just choose not to see certain things. Like you were like, you want to see this gross shit on my phone? I'm like, no, dude, it's going to be up in my noggin forever. Sounds
Forever.
good. Never seeing that.
Sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze, bro.
Yeah, I could make a sexual innuendo joke about that, but I won't. We're going to kick it over to Wyatt for our second and over a month Peabody Award winning segment. Let's roll out to the Cave of Wonders and touch nothing but the lamp.
Would you rather spend a year working in a top secret science lab or the International Space Station?
Hold on.
Wait.
This is 1 year working,
Yep.
and we're probably going to be like in this facility. We can't go home, nothing like that.
Yeah, I was
can't-
gonna say,
can't go-
are you
can't-
trapped there
can't
like the
leave.
space station?
Yeah, you can't leave.
Okay.
You can't go outside to make it fair. No home contact.
Okay, interesting. 1 year. Okay. So is the pay the same for both jobs?
Yeah.
Okay, and I have like, so in this top secret, okay, so like an International Space Station, they do have some contact with the outside world because like they're kind of famous up there.
I mean,
Right?
like they have to talk to like NASA and stuff, but
Well, no,
they
it's
like-
posted on the internet.
don't they like-
It's
just okay. Let's
video.
just assume that like,
Don't they do like Twitch streams with like SpaceX
Yeah.
and shit? Like,
all right. Well, for the purposes of this hypothetical, like you can only ever talk to NASA. No, like outside communication.
okay, now, but there are other people on the International Space Station with me.
Yeah, there are other people at the lab as well. They
Okay.
have coworkers.
Now, the same thing as the secret government lab.
Yeah.
Okay, now is
Is it underground?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it underground?
Yes.
Okay, literally.
Like, how far are we talking?
Both are very isolated. So like one is in space, one is underground.
Okay. Now, what are we working on in this top secret facility? Is
But you
it
can
is it awesome?
sure. They're like both jobs you're doing are cool.
There.
You,
Okay.
you have equal incentive to be passionate about and dedicated to your work.
I do space because I like to poop in space.
It's fair.
You don't really get to see it.
Oh, I'm gonna be there for a year, dude. I'm gonna
You
do
basically hook a vacuum up to your beehole.
Correct me if
Maybe
I'm
that's what he
wrong.
wants.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But is not part of the reason we're on the International Space Station is to perform experiments in zero G.
On your beehole?
Sure.
Has anyone pioneered a field of study related to beehole related vacuum seals
I mean, it
in
exists,
zero
so
G?
I'm sure that NASA did every experiment you could think of.
True.
Is there any footage of it?
I mean,
Sure.
probably not. I mean, maybe it exists somewhere. I don't think they released that.
He's looking it up. He grabbed his phone. He's looking it up. Beehole, NASA, zero G beehole footage.
Yeah, NASA zero G poop experiments.
I can't find any
fine.
pictures.
Probably for the best.
What about video?
No.
Man,
I kind of need to see what this looks like now. It's becoming an obsession.
that escalated quickly.
Remember I was trying to show you those fake dicks? It's like that.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's like that. So I'm going to space, guys. I'm going to space for a year.
I don't
about
really
you,
have a
Rob?
preference, I suppose. I don't know. Like, they both sound pretty dope. Isolated. Like, what's the upside? What's the you got to do this or you get this? What's the
Well, I mean, like one of them is in space, so it has
Yeah.
its own appeals. Also has its own pros and cons. One is underground in like a safe environment, which has its own pros and cons.
yeah?
So I guess that's the question, right? It's not really like there isn't an incentive of something that you would receive. It's like which would you rather do?
I guess I would just stay on Earth because like it's easy.
Like I mean,
I don't
plus you gotta fly to the space station, Rob. You know that, right?
That's different.
How is that different?
That's just going up.
So you would rather sit in a space shuttle strapped to thousands of tons of extremely volatile rocket fuel and get shot into orbit rather than get on a passenger airplane?
Yeah, but it's just like thousands of parts all working in tandem.
I mean, Rob,
built by
two
the
of
low
them blew
spitter.
up.
Well, one of them blew up.
I feel like
One of them
I feel like a
one of
lot
them
more. I think the
disintegrated
rate.
in a re-entry.
I kind of feel like the ratio of like things going poorly is much higher here.
Yeah, I'll just stay on Earth. It's easier. It's just easier.
I don't know. I just like the statistics I find preposterous. Where he's like, this is fine, but getting in the minivan of the sky is not okay.
Man, those things, I don't know what it is about planes.
Oh, I mean, like, I respect it. Like, I get that it's irrational. I totally understand. I think it's funny.
I'm pretty sure if like I was the pilot and and I was the one flying, I'd be fine.
You can stop the explosion from happening.
No,
You'd, like, hold it back.
No, like it's different when like you can see everything. You're like, oh, okay, it's about to get bumpy, whatever. But like when you're just like some random dude in the back, like, and the only point of view is like looking out the side window and you don't know what's going on.
Do you get the same anxiety when you're a passenger in a car?
No, not really.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's irrational for sure. I can't really explain it.
Yeah, it's called a
I don't
phobia.
know.
A phobia.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Phobia.
it's
Phobia is an irrational fear. Irrational.
You're right. Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
well, definitely. I feel like that is correct then.
What's the genie's game and all this? I mean, like, it's a mystery, dude.
He just wants to see us sweat.
What I mean, like, maybe he's highly invested in the results of these projects.
Could be.
Maybe if you try to leave before the 1 year is up, you get sent to the shadow realm with butt spiders.
Trying to see who cracks first.
Maybe he's just performing his own experiment.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wants to know. I assume the genie is simultaneously asking billions of people this exact question across the multiverse, engaging their responses, correlating that data. His motivations are unknowable.
Yeah. Wheels within wheels.
Yeah.
Pope in space. I don't answer.
Poop on the ground.
Rob is like underground, where my species resides.
Underground secret poops.
He's just gonna go hang out with his lizard folk, the lizard kin.
Nah, we're doing important experiments.
Yeah. What if you get down there and it's like on lizard people?
Well,
that's gonna be awkward.
That would have escalated. That would have escalated quickly.
That's the genie's angle. I'm gonna get into space and literally they're gonna have it. Like the reason we're in space for a year is because they finally got like a toilet that works and creates a gravity field and it's just pooping like on Earth. And my whole reason for being there is gone. And then Rob's gonna get down there and it's gonna be some bullshit like that.
Yeah, dude. They'll be testing artificial gravity, so you can't even float around like Baron Conan.
Yeah. It'll be just like being on Earth.
Yeah.
It'll be like 2 Gs instead of 1 G2, so it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be like exercising for a year. I'm gonna hate it.
Yeah, but you'll come back swole. You
Yeah.
Kaioken.
At least there's that. All right, good one. Thank you. Rob, you want to do some news for us, man?
Yeah, I got some news. I guess release wise this week from GW, it's all Sigmar. Everything's coming off Sigmar, which probably means most of you listening don't have any interest in any of this. But the new spearheads are coming out. There's the Stormcast Eternals, Cities of Sigmar, Flesh Eater, of course. Those are the new Vanguard boxes. They're all $140. That Callus and Toll, Saviors of Cinderfall box set is $75, which I don't know, for like 5 or 6 minis. I'm just kind of like, okay. I'm not invested in them. Like they're characters from the books of the animated series. So I don't know. Maybe they're just badasses. And I just don't, I'm just not drinking the Kool-Aid on that one, I suppose. Then there's also the Shadow of the Crone, the Sigmar last, I guess it's the last Dawnbringers book too, for $50. And there's also another Callus and Toll book hardback. So there's all that. So it looks like kind of a light week on the 40K / everything else side of things. But we did have some previews on Saturday from the Warhammer World Anniversary. I think we got, it seems like the big talking points for most people is the Battle Force for the Orcs having a Stompa in it. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Like,
Pretty cool. Stompas are dope.
So what's a Battle Force?
a bundle box of miniatures for a particular faction.
I'm excited about that.
Bigger than a combat patrol.
How much?
Probably 230. If I had to guess.
It's a good deal. Yeah,
I want
that.
They got $150 of value in them. So the orc one's going to come with a Stompa. It also has a truck, 2 squads of Luda burners, and I think 2 squads of Beast Snaggers. I think it's 6 units all together. So looking at, I think it was about $150 value in that one. And the Custodes is going to have the new Custody. And a lot of people were making some disparaging remarks about his size, calling him things like Chunky Boy.
Who's Chunky Boy?
Or Fat Stody.
Oh, that's me.
Are you a Fat Stody?
I'm fat.
Do you have a Pyrite spear?
Half of his nickname is my nickname.
I feel like people who say that, I've never seen like what a 300-pound NFL linebacker looks like without their gear on, because like they're huge. They're barrel chested. They have like massive trunk legs. You just like scale that up to a 9 foot tall post human, then like, yeah, they're not like hourglass wasted little femboys, dude. Like they're jacked.
So I don't know. My suspicion is, and I feel what you're saying. You're basically saying it's like you see if you're watching football and you see the trainers come out to like squirt water in the players' mouths, and they're like basically like have their arms in the air because they're so little compared to the NFL players, right? So it's like basically a Primaris next to a firstborn scout, right?
Yeah,
but
like, I think the average football player in the NFL is like the average height is like somewhere around like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah. And they're swole, generally.
Yeah, huge.
Generally always swole. But like I think people are forgetting, well, one, first of all, GW painted minis, sometimes they just don't look as good as they do in person. Like when you get the model built and actually painted.
Sometimes the angles they choose to photograph things from, not that tight. And then also, like, you got to remember, like, when they take those, like, they don't actually take a photo of those models laid out in a diorama. It's like they pull existing photos from stuff they've already taken and then Photoshop them into, like, that little digital space to make their stuff. So, like, I saw some other similar comments. And I was like, I think it's just bad Photoshop layering, to be honest.
It could also be, I would like to put forth another hypothesis too, or maybe a combination of all these things, because yes, they do exactly what Wyatt says. But remember, these are 3D printed masters that they're painting. Well, not masters, but they're
prototypes.
One of the very first, right? So they can always go back and change these minis and change the proportions and things. But in a lot of cases, they're on a timetable to keep up the release cycle. So what we see painted, and this is especially true for AMG games, you know, Shatterpoint and Marvel Crisis Protocol, hell, half the time as you're going through the instructions online, they literally change the posing, like the composition of the model changes. They forgot to go back and update the instructions. From the box art will be different from the actual finished model, and it changes halfway through the instructions. So like when you see these things from Games Workshop, generally their instructions are always tight, although some of the parts numbers don't always match, which is pretty normal with them. But the model could look completely different by the time we get it. It could just automatically look like another Custodia. It's just a really bad angle. I mean, it kind of looks like he's wearing eyeliner too.
Yeah, Games Workshop is traditionally terrible at painting faces. They're really bad at it.
There might be a little bit of room for improvement sometimes. Or maybe it's the painters and they're just like painting the stuff up, and then the head boss guy's like, yeah, solid. After they like do it the right way, and he's like, no, you got to go back and do it like this. And they're like, ugh.
Or they Photoshop it up. I don't know.
It could be all the above. Either way, we're getting at least one new Custodia model, and the Battle Force box doesn't look that bad. I mean, the thing I like about the Custodia's Battle Force box, I think it's called like Ulrich Champions or something, is that it's going to come with a lot of models that haven't traditionally been available in bundle box formats, like Wardens. I guess the Terminators have been in the past. The bikes definitely, but generally it's always like Custodian Guard, which have basically been in every box for the past 8 years. So kind of it was time for them to take a break. And now the Wardens are seeing a lot of play, because they're pretty solid. And I hope that they're still good in the new codex, because basically that's what I've been hobbying on the most, to magnetize my arms and stuff. But yes, I'm hoping he looks a lot better, the actual model, because right now,
I don't know. I think it looks really cool.
I like I like my dudes to be like Joe Madureira, like jacked, skinny waist, big arms, thick gauntlets, thick boots. I like it to be over the top nonsense.
Right. I don't know.
So I like Demon Princes and like Obliterators, things like that, because they look that way.
Just straight ridiculous.
Yeah.
Proportion speaking. I mean, 40K
like
is
the Baller Fiend. The Baller Fiend is like my spiritual animal because of that.
Oh yeah, and they're good now too.
Yeah,
they're all good. I don't know. It was just kind of something to keep in mind there. So lots of previews from Games Workshop. Of course, we know the Crute box is on the way. The rumor is there's going to be a Chaos bundle box, and who knows for the sisters or what the next army is after that. Legitimately, right? Couple of Kickstarters to be aware of out there. The Tooth and Coats Wave 3 paint is actually over. I think that ended a couple days ago for a big 2-week debut there. But Game Envy just put out their Kickstarter for their exemplar paint palettes, and they got a couple different sizes of them. I got a few of them right here, actually, if you watch it live. So they got the original one, and remember, these got the little gasket things in them, which I kind of like because they definitely keep the paint wet a little longer. And then they got two different sizes. They got like a bigger one, which is called the Mega, because why wouldn't it be? And then they got the Go, which is this little mini one that's definitely super portable. I know a lot of people like a smaller wet palette. I kind of don't have a preference. I'm kind of the middle of the road, but there is that one to kind of keep an eye on there. There was another one too for some terrain that I thought was pretty cool. Oh, the war scenery. Siege of Castigard is some really cool kind of ruins or complete buildings. It looks kind of like Naboo, I guess, in a way. Like if you remember those buildings from the Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace.
But, there it is.
That's the best one, dude.
But they got some like it has some functionality to it because they have like city walls that open and such. And then they've got some Chaos Renegades and also some Imperial Citizens too. These are the folks that did the chapter headquarters, which was basically like the Dawn of War looking terrain, and the Grimdark Outpost looking stuff, which was more kind of steampunky, I suppose. But this time they got miniatures, which is kind of cool. And I really like that they have a lot of kind of accessories like storage crates and like elevated platforms to actually not necessarily like gantryways and stuff, but like platforms to put buildings on top of too, right? So that's pretty cool. So that's a couple of Kickstarters to keep your eyes out for. We also got some Shatterpoint and MCP previews of stuff coming up this summer. So if you're into those games, lots to look forward to there. And a big licensing deal dropped from Games Workshop on Monday, and then there was a late breaking one actually yesterday that it looks like Ultra Pro is going to be making some accessories for gaming stuff in 40K. I don't know if that means sleeves or containers to put your cards in, because if you didn't buy the Leviathan mission pack, if you bought it separately, if you didn't get it in the Leviathan box, like what do you store your cards in, right? No, seriously, what do you store your cards in?
I don't. Shoebox.
His shoebox, right?
My back pocket.
That also works. Right next to your pocket tots. So it would be good to see, because finding tarot size card holders for that many cards is actually rather difficult out there. So I don't know. Kind of going to be interesting to see. I was most excited about the Wicked Brick saying that they're going to make some display cases. And I know somebody in the pregame was asking about display cases, the best display cases out there for your Warhammer miniatures. And I think in a lot of cases, it really comes down to what you're trying to get out of them. Like, are you trying to light the cases? Are you trying to make something that's freestanding? Are you trying to display larger models, smaller models? And I think it's going to be different from everybody, but you can never really go wrong with those IKEA cases, the Deltoffs, right? Because, well, they used to be like $70, but now, of course, they're more because everything's more. But you can go up from there and, price points and things like that. But the Wicked Brick cases are neat because they have like printed vinyl graphics on the back, as we saw with the preview. They got some like cool like explosions and things that we see on some of the box art from 40K. And that would be neat to get. And I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do like factions and different looks for the box art. But I just think that might actually be the most exciting of the deals, of the licensing deals that they announced, because I don't know, it seems like people just want to paint minis and show them off at the end of the day. That's kind of what we're all into.
That's true. That's mostly what I'm into.
So I could see where that would definitely have perhaps the most appeal there. So, did you guys have any favorites from the previews?
The new orc mech is cool.
He is pretty dope.
Yep. I concur that point. The guy's sick as fuck. I would like to play an orc army.
That's a lot of models.
I'd make it not a lot of models.
Yes. How many stompas can you fit?
Yes. Yeah, I think we might see a lot of stompas hitting the table. Hopefully they're worth taking. I don't know. What do you guys think? What are the odds are?
I don't know. Like they're okay, I guess. Like, it's the first time the stomp has ever been in a box set like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, it's possible.
I think that they're a crowd favorite, and they've been notoriously difficult to track down, like the Lord of Skulls.
Oh gosh,
and it's as classic as that. Like,
Oh man,
mm-hmm.
don't ask me what I paid for mine.
I know you got to track them down gangster style.
Yep. Sometimes it'd be like that.
I'm working on my Lord of Skulls right now. I was working on it during the webinar.
Yeah, I saw. It's looking dope.
I'm gonna fucking try to get this guy done. I want to bring him to Adepticon, so running out of time.
You can do it.
I'm gonna try. And
Well, if anybody can do it, it is you.
no,
No?
I get easily distracted.
Are you driving to Adepticon, Kenny?
No,
Okay.
I used
Fair
to fly to your house and drive with you to Adepticon because you wouldn't fly.
You still can.
I still can. Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Fair
I'm good.
enough.
How many people are in your car?
Just me.
Just you? Oh my god! Now I feel like I should.
Just for safety.
He's gonna be all by himself, man. It's fucked up.
It's true. I drove by myself last year too.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. I'll talk to my dad. Because I'll ask. I'll clear with a few people around here. I'll see.
Make sure you ask the cats.
See what's up. Damn. I see.
Yep.
Now I'm thinking about doing it again, like the old days.
Like the old days.
You drive it straight through too, Rob, right?
Yeah.
How many hours is that? 13?
I think it's about 13 with stops and everything.
It's a ways.
It is a ways.
Fuck. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm gonna give you a soft maybe.
Soft maybe. It's better than a hard no.
Depends on what you're asking for.
Truth.
All right, you wanna? Is that it for news?
Yeah, I think that's about it. Like I said, it's just a weird time in between stuff. I'm sure we'll get some tantalizing previews at Adepticon.
I like that word.
Tantalizing,
Yeah,
dazzling, tantalizing.
it's a good word. So let's hear from some of our sponsors. Take a quick commercial break, and then let's talk about 40K.
For the best game aids and peripheral tools for wargaming, check out our friend J15games.com. From moon counters and dials to faction rule trackers, these are the coolest tools out there. Designed to be functional and intuitive, these tools help you stay organized and speed up your game. Their flagship product, the Nesting, Movement, and Combat tool, is absolutely amazing. A magnetized measuring widget that splits into 3 different sized tools for every situation. And you can get it in 8 different colors. J15 also offers custom ordered dice trays made from hardwood and leather. Check them out at j15games.com. That's j15games.com.
baronofdice.com. the official dice sponsor of the Long War podcast. Use promo code LONGWAR5 for 5% off. If you're looking for a superior dice manufacturer, then look no further than Baron of Dice. Custom artwork, faction representation, and crisp razor edge square dice. Remember to use promo code LONGWAR5. Again, that's baronofdice.com, the official dice sponsor of this podcast. And we're back. What happened? Dark Angels and Necrons?
Oh, you mean like lists that won and stuff?
I think you said there was a stealth points update. Dark Angels things happened and Necrons continue to win.
Yes, sort
I'm
of.
just kind of looking back from the past weekend. I mean, the field is pretty wide. Like, so like we had Dark Angels pull down a big tournament.
But technically not code or not supplement Dark Angels.
Yeah, it hasn't been released yet. But yeah, they did pull down a big 6-rounder. We had another one with Guard taking the top spot. Cool to see. Got some Sisters of Battle winning a tournament. Thousand Suns winning a tournament.
Again.
Black Templars. No surprise there.
Nope.
Necrons. No surprise. Tau winning a tournament.
Tau's still there.
Eldari. Yep. Eldari. Custodes winning a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Imperial Knights. Haven't seen that in a while.
I mean, they ain't bad either now.
Yep. Another couple of Guard, another couple of Black Templars. Just kind of on the smaller side of tournaments. Another Dark Angels in the smaller side of tournaments. So I mean, like if we were to go in depth to like the top 5 of all these, like the field is very wide. Like it's actually seems like it's pretty good.
Wait, you mean it's not just Necron winning everything right now?
Yes.
Wait, it's not just Eldar?
Yeah, Eldar seem to be falling off a smidge.
It's not just Chaos.
Necron.
It seems like Chaos has dropped off the hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So despite what everyone's saying, like this is the best, that's the best, the overall data is still pretty wide. Like overall.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose Necrons are kind of the new Eldar in a way.
Yeah, like Necrons are still a very tough army to deal with, especially with the lists that have like multiple Satans, multiple like big kind of like stat check units. So like they're solid. Like they have a lot of tools. They're very good at playing to the format. So it's kind of like if your mindset is to win a tournament, you got to be able to tackle Necrons because they're going to be up there.
Classic. So you gotta prepare for it. That's what meta does.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
You gotta come up with tools and solutions to interacting with that force, as always. They'll probably get and they'll get balanced too. So like it's just this moment. And then our response to the current Necrons will kind of determine how they get balanced. This is kind of how it works. You can't just say, "Oh, shit's too good, balance it now." You gotta see how meta adjusts. You gotta see how things shift, while also simultaneously, selling some models. Because ultimately, you gotta buy the models, dog. Meta surfing, baby. So, but what's this? What do you mean? What was the stealth points increase? Like, how did that just like randomly hit the apps and just show up on the web store with no advertising, or show up on the?
It was just there was no advertising. It was just for Dark Angels, and it was just 20 points on the Ravenwing Command Squad.
And they didn't make a post, nothing. They just said, "Hey, fuck."
Nope, it was just in the old Munitorum points updates. Just said it was updated.
So they're willing to change points on anything any day of the week with it, like, period.
I mean, I suppose it might have had something to do with the Codex hitting, having a street date Saturday. I suppose they didn't really say.
What's the so what's the weird thing going on right now with like Dark Angels on the table right now?
Let's see. Gonna,
You mean like what? Like what's their thing to win, or
well, like
what?
they're playing, but they're Space Marines right now, right?
so
Yeah.
from the data, the two tournament wins were using a double Storm Raven Iron Storm detachment list.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, I mean Ironstorm's still good.
Yeah, Iron Storm Space Marines is super solid. So I mean, like that's kind of a skew. I can see that, like maybe with some of the other Dark Angel power units doing some tech. Like it sounds like a really strong army.
Bro, I love that. That's fucking awesome, man. I can get behind some double Storm Reezy.
Yeah, you don't see that every day.
You used to see it all the time.
You did used to see it all the time.
It was somewhat common back in the day. Fuck yeah. What's that detachment do? Why is it so special for the Storm Ravens?
It gives benefits to vehicles, and their enhancements are tight for just like pumping up vehicles.
Like Storm Ravens?
Yeah, like let me pull it up because it's like so one of the enhancements is like defensive, one of the enhancements is offensive.
Where's the one that everybody takes?
Iron Storm, pulling it up. Oh yeah, so they have like the mastercrafted. That's the other thing is once per phase for every unit you can reroll one hit roll, one rune roll, or one damage roll made for a model in that unit. So it's solid for getting that like real big
Classic.
dice.
Yeah, that's
the clutch dice conversion. A tech green enhancement can give stuff. Can give a vehicle lethal hits. Then the other one is a tech marine can once per battle round change the damage of an incoming attack to 0.
Oh wow, that's good.
Gotta like that. Don't forget they got the armor contempt as usual.
Yeah, everybody's got AOC.
Yep.
That's solid. Okay, I see why that's super solid.
Yeah, all their stratagems are based around, mostly just like vehicle stuff, some solid stuff, increasing AP, bonus to hit, some other stuff like that. So it's just like it's a really solid way to run Space Marines if you're going to go vehicle heavy. And then some factions do it better than others. I'm sure there's some cool tech with Dark Angels using their characters. Black Templars are doing it. Like they got their special vehicles that have like the additional multi-melta on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Characters like Helbrecht.
Gangster.
Yeah, I love it. Remember when the Storm Raven was brand new?
Like it was yesterday.
Fuck yeah, man. Love that little guy.
Turned out to be a lot bigger than we thought it was going to be once it actually released.
Yep. And it first released for Grey Knights. That was the very first ones of the rules. And then they just put out like a white dwarf saying like all Space Marines can use this unit.
I think Blood Angels had it too, didn't they?
It was popular in Blood Angels. But they released, it was like in the new Grey Knight Codex, and then everyone was like, fuck. And they were like, don't worry, you all use it. You can all fucking use it. Here are the rules. But it was popular. I think it was mostly Grey Knights and Blood Angels just because they were like the best with it. I had them for both. You bought that army for me too.
I did.
Yep. Back in the Dizzy, dude. Back in Adepticon 2011, when they gave us they gave us like entire Grey Knight armies.
They're like, hey, you guys won. Here's a Grey Knight army.
Like full codex, everything.
I miss those days. Man, the price support was so tight.
Yeah, we went home,
Mm-hmm.
made armies. I ran the triple Dread Knight Storm Raven list at ATCs the following year. Crushed it
You
out.
mean months later?
Months later,
Months later.
yeah, crushed it out. That was the first Great Knight Codex too, not like post their Demon Hunter era.
Yep.
And so I came to market with all the new units, triple Dread Knight, fucking Storm Raven, everything. Had a lot of success at ATCs, and then you were like, I want that army. So I sold it to you. I sold it to you for, like, we worked out some deal because, you know,
I think so.
where you replaced the models and I gave you a discount on it. And then I made a new
you sold
one.
another one.
Well,
Yeah.
no, then I rebuilt it and repainted it so I can keep playing the army. So we both,
Oh, there you go.
both had it.
Right. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
we both played them at something else.
Yep.
Maybe it was ATCs the next year. We both played it.
Like, no, you were playing Necrons that's the following year, I think.
Man, I don't even know anymore.
I don't forget. I have photographic 40K memory.
Oh, but only for 40K?
Yeah.
Would you rather remember every poop you take or
I do both of those, actually. I have photographic poop memory, too. So
true.
so all in all, not a big exciting week. It's always the lull before the storm. I think most people who listen to this podcast are all, you know, we're all thinking Adepticon. Our mindset's Adepticon right now. We're all
I think Rocky Mountain opens this weekend, actually. So we're going to see some.
Ooh.
I don't think we'll see Dark Angels as the supplement doing much there, but because it's probably not legal, but everything else is on the table.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I can't wait.
Big.
I'm so hyped. I'm hyped that the gang's back together, that we're going to have Wyatt make his triumphant return to a gaming convention after over a year, that we're all going to be at Adepticon doing the Long War doubles together, that we got the tokens set up. So everybody signed up at the Long War doubles. Check your fucking emails. You got a token in there. We're going to send you another blast update in a couple of days, probably.
To go register.
Yeah, like a follow-up email, like, yo, check the previous email, sucker. You know what I mean? Like, So we got all that worked out. We got Arthur showing up, you know, so it's going to be fucking hype, dude.
25% less work.
Fuck, dude. Oof. Real talk, man. This is gonna be cakewalk, man. We got this. So it's
We'll have dice for sale. Get the Long War merch.
Get the merch, son. So yeah, we're gonna have play mats, the exclusives from LVO, the old ones, dice. You come by the booth. You know,
I think we still have a few dice bags left. The OGs. The big boys.
Wait, we still do? Didn't we just?
I think so.
Did people buy them all last year? No, there's
Man,
no
I don't know.
There's no fucking way.
Look. I look at that box once a year, and it's when I open the lid to see if it's still the stuff to bring to Adepticon, and then I close.
No,
the
I
lid,
I for sure took the last one with me home. There's no way, bro. We had that. Those are Kickstarter exclusives, dog. Those are gangster old.
They're mad old.
Yeah,
but they're good.
I want to
Wait,
say,
you're talking about the dice bags you can put your head in?
Yeah.
I still have one.
See, they're
I don't think it's those ones. The thing, the dice bag you can put your head in, that was a Kenny dice bag.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That was me. Yeah, so like about 10 years ago, we did a Kickstarter,
yeah.
right? And we raised 20 grand to start our Long War podcast and business, doing battle reports and stuff.
Yep.
And we fulfilled that Kickstarter with a bunch of merch, like dice bags and dice. And we reached out to the community and paid people to make us cool things. It's a whole thing. And then we were able to like buy some cameras, buy some equipment. That's how we started the business, storage and store.
Yep.
We were going to get Rob down to North Carolina from Virginia. That was how it all started, man. Rob, like, you know, in a tank top, sweating his balls off, no AC in fucking North Carolina because we didn't understand cold lights versus hot lights. We just bought halogen lights from Home Depot, like shop lights.
A lot of mistakes were made. A lot of lessons learned.
Yep. He was, man, we did this thing literally, and Rob got a compartment one of the rooms was just a game room. It was like, we're just filming this out of Rob's bedroom, dude. Like,
Yeah, basically. It worked.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it was, it was a whole other person's job.
Yeah, we used to film battle reports in your game store on Google Hangout live.
That was the old.
Yeah, man, we used to do some wild shit. But I'm excited. So Adepticon is near and dear, man. So anybody coming to Adepticon who's a fan of the show, come by Friday. You'll find us at the Judge Station. Last year they had it kind of in the middle, like where we had it set up. So that's a better location.
Yeah.
So I hope we get that. I hope we can still like swing that. Like not right at the front. That was tight. So come by, say hi, pick up some swag. We're always looking for some cash. But also, if you just want to say hi, catch a selfie, go by. What, you want to put some drinks in our hands? We won't say no.
It's true.
Yeah.
Unless it has gluten, then I'll say no.
Yeah, and also we're keto, so like gotta bring keto booze.
Yeah, no beers.
Yeah. Well, except for Goat Boy 76, he's bringing traditional Midwest trash beer. That's our.
So it's like all carbs. I can't have that.
It literally just says beer on it. There's like no other words. It's like
Beers.
yeah, it's tight. Oh, it's some Faygo from John Patrick. Faygo and Johnny Walker Blue mixed together.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we knocked it out of the park today. Welcome back, Wyatt. I'm so glad that you're here. By the way, do you want to
Missed you.
Do you want to sign us off the podcast, Wyatt?
Rob?
I knew this was happening. So that's it for this one. Make sure you head on over to thelongwar.net for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today.